Hey, folks. Happy Saturday. It is the new time slot. For those of you that are here, you must have got the word that from now on I will be doing my stream starting from this time now. So that's 2 o'clock Colorado time, your o'clock at your time. Good to say hi to Brother Doug. Hi, Shar. Hope the two of you are doing well today. We have anybody in the room, Mrs. Olga?
Greg.
I'm
Good
sorry?
morning from Sunday. Greg.
Greg, Mr. Man from the future. Welcome, welcome. Glad you could make it. We've got enchiladas
Yum.
tonight, yeah, or today, I should say. Enchiladas and some Spanish rice. Should be good. So I'm gonna get the rice kind of going right now, I think.
Ronald's here. Awesome weekend, he said.
Hey, Ronald. Welcome, welcome. Hope you've had a good last couple of weeks. Old guy's been keeping busy. And, but it is nice to be back. It is nice to be back. I'm going to get some of this, get this rice going here. It's got to cook for a little bit, so I'll get it going.
Greg says it's 6 a.m. there.
6 a.m. That's it's a little early.
Eli's here. Hello, time surfer. Long time no see, he said.
Eli, how's it going? Yeah, we got Man from the Future here today. Woohoo! Alright, so I'm just going to get this rice. Like I said, I want to get it started right away. I've got just a little bit of some chicken stock, just a little bit, and a little bit of tomato juice, or juice from the tomatoes, whichever you want to call it. And as soon as that gets up to a little bit of heat here, I'll dump it in and get it rocking. As usual, I'm going to try to make as much of it as I can without going crazy. I'm not going to make cheese. I'm not going to make the tortillas, but I don't suppose many people do. Tortillas, making your own tortillas would probably be more common than making your own cheese. I'm willing to make a small wager on that. A very, very small wager. Well, the last couple of weeks, Saturday before last was 420, and so there was a movie down in town that I had a little skit to do. That was fun. And then last Saturday, Mrs. Old Guy was visiting her daughter in Illinois, so I had no second to watch my computer monitor. And I tried doing it before. It just doesn't work for me to try and do this and see what people are chatting about. So Mrs. Old Guy was definitely missed. In more ways than one.
Eli says it was his buddy's birthday last night. Haven't partied like that in a while.
Ah. So did you consume some alcoholic beverages? This is just a guess on my part.
Greg asked him, Eli, how's that? And Eli says, I thought I was going to wake up with a hangover, but I woke up still drunk. LOL.
Ah. I've done that a couple of times.
Yep.
Back when I was in the Army. Woke up still intoxicated from the evening's soiree. I think the worst time was they had this, they called it German American Week on the base, and what they would do is they'd set up great big beer tents and a small carnival. And then after duty hours, which was I think like 5 or 5:30 p.m., they'd open up the main gate on the base, and German civilians were allowed to come in, and there'd be a big party, so to speak. And I think my personal record of the amount of beer consumed in one night was 15 liters. That's a little over 3. Yes, I was drunk when I got up the next morning. Not planning on doing that again. So I'm gonna cut up some peppers and onions, and I'm just gonna have them on the side, like kind of like another little side dish. Figured I should have some veg to go with it. And I'll mention this again over the next, maybe tonight and then over the next few weeks, but had to make some changes with the health, so that's part of the reason why you're seeing this stream earlier now, and will be. And we're going to see how well it goes with tonight, because dinner contains 2 things that really jack with me a lot: red sauces and what was it? Tomatoes and what am I thinking? Fried foods, spicy foods. And tonight that's going to mean chorizo. So I'm going to have the fried meat and some cheese, which is also a kind of a no-no, a lot of dairy. So I'm going to see how that goes. If things go all right, if I get to eat early enough and things have a chance to chill out before I have to lay my head down for the night, then things will be great. And I'll just continue to pull from the basket. However, if that isn't the case, shut this. If it turns out that get that rice going. If it turns out that it's not going to work out, I'll still do the live stream, but I'm probably not going to be able to draw from the basket. I'll probably have to create menus from the food plan that I'm going to be on. We just go like that. But got to do something, get myself into slightly better shape. I've had some kind of rough spots here lately, so let's get the health together a little bit, I think.
John's here.
John, happy Saturday. Thanks for coming. Been a couple of weeks, so, welcome in. Grab yourself a chair. Get yourself a beverage. Ooh, this is a little unusual, really, to be doing it this early in the day. In fact, it seems really odd.
It does.
It just seems like out of place. But that's okay. It'll just take a little bit of getting used to, another, a couple of weeks or so. And it'll be like old times. I can't say that. But I am going to just keep myself busy, I think, for a minute and slice up some of these veggies. Like I said, I'm just going to saute these up a little bit just to have a little bit of veg on the side of everything. I think y'all can dig that. I'm not getting fancy here. I'm just going to cut them into some strips. Throw them in the pan here in a minute. And we'll get them sauteed up some. Try not to slice the end of my finger.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah. It's not real fun. Finger slicing. Tear off some more of these innards. Alright. So I'm expecting there to be maybe fewer people. today and maybe over the next few weeks. Simply because it is summertime, or springtime anyway, and people are getting out and doing things rather than staying at home on the weekend when it's freezing cold. So, except for in your case, Eli, I guess it never does really get freezing cold in Phoenix, or rarely, I guess. Try to score these up. All right. That looks all right. You know, I think I'm probably going to need a bigger pan. I just pulled this little jobby out. I don't think it's going to do the trick. So I'll just slide it over to the side. And let's get one of the bigger cast irons down. I'm sure that'll work just fine. And I'm not satisfied with the amount of onion I had left over from onion rings last night. Yep. So I'm probably going to cut just a little more onion.
You know, I said they watched Poultrygeist last night.
Did you? Okay, so how okay were you afterwards? Because I was not okay. And if anybody, if you would like a link to see the movie, just email me, oldguyincolorado@gmail, and I'll send you a link to where you should be able to watch it at no cost to you.
You know, I said it was going to be 95 there today.
That's starting to get toasty. It's not exactly spring weather. At least not here.
No, not here.
No. I guess it's spring weather where you are, Eli, right? It's only 90s. Only in the 90s. We're talking the end of June or so before we typically start getting 90 degrees. But we'll see how that goes. It changes from year to year, yeah. Some years are drier and hotter than others. So we'll see what it looks like this year. Skin's being difficult. Just doesn't want to just drop off for me. Come on. Stop messing with me. He doesn't want to let go. Come on. Darn thing. Let go of it. Didn't want to let go. I'm about ready to herd an onion here. Okay, good enough.
You know, I said Poultrygeist is an experience, is all he can say.
Okay. You know, and I suppose, Lloyd, that's probably the safer route to go, is just to say that it's an experience. Because it is, and plus it also leaves a bit of imagination for those that have never seen it. So, I watched it, and I'm not in a hurry to watch it again.
Crazy Food Cruise here.
Hey guys, welcome, Tim. Wild Man with you today, or is it just you, or Nate Dare? Mr. Nate Dog. All right, so the rice is it doing okay? It is. Just wanted to make sure that I don't. I'm a little out of whack here since I'm not used to the time. enough of the onion away. Alright, half of a pepper away. It's a big pepper.
It was. I see.
Alright. Set these over here. I'm gonna guess I'll finally mince this one up to put it inside the enchiladas. I'm like, what am I making again? And we were talking about it, Mrs. Old Guy and I, like, what are we gonna put in it? Just cheese? No, we'll put some meat in there. And it's like, oh, it seems like it's always, ground beef. So we're gonna change it up a little bit this time and make some cheese chorizo enchiladas and see how those go. And see how I go afterwards. Alright, just gonna get these chopped up. So, ice cream sandwich cookie ice cream sandwiches. Jeez. Won the dessert. So we made peanut butter cookies. Actually, Mrs. Old Guy made the cookies this time. And we'll make them into some sandwiches here a little bit later. Why not? A little bit of ice cream sandwich action. Not necessarily on a chocolate graham. That's one thing I noticed when we went to California a few years ago, that if you get away from the beach, you could probably find things at a closer to a cost of what you're accustomed to. But try to buy something on the beach itself. That's where they get you. When we were there, it was past peak season. It was in October, so a lot of the shops on the boardwalk were closed down for the season. And there was a couple open, and I thought, well, let's get an ice cream. Saw the little freezer thing, And let's just say I didn't buy an ice cream. You've seen these little ones that you get like in a box you buy at the grocery store. They're not very big, like, maybe like that. Just small little. That's what they had for almost $5 a piece. Nope. No, we opted out on that.
Steve's here. May the 4th be with you.
Hey, Steve. Welcome, welcome. Yes, may the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you.
Greg told Eli he started watching Poultry last week. Got past the opening scene with the finger, and yes, this is my kind of trauma. I heard hard to concentrate during COVID. We'll be watching today,
Yeah.
Greg had COVID?
Yeah, he did. He had some COVID. I'm glad that he's feeling better.
Well, yeah.
All right, so a little bit of cornstarch. I'm going to start building the base for this enchilada sauce.
John says, as a ghost hunter, that movie is not even scary, especially when you have seen the real thing up close.
Well, yeah. Well, Poultrygeist is not meant as a true, like, make you jump horror movie. That's about the last thing it is. It's a horror movie, all right. All right. A couple tablespoons of some chili powder here. Oh, what the heck. Let's go about another half. Okay. That can's empty. I just put that in. I want oregano. Put some oregano in there. I don't know, half teaspoon, a heaping half. A heaping half. Dash of cumin. Come on. Yeah, about a quarter teaspoon roughly. A little black pepper. A little bit of black pepper. Some chocolate, just cocoa. About a half teaspoon of the hot cocoa. Cocoa powder. Hot cocoa. All right. Gonna kind of mix this in here a little bit. So far, so good. Got about a cup and a half of chicken stock here. Get that mixed in. You know, I'm forgetting something. I did forget.
Lisa's here.
My garlic powder. Hey, Lisa. Happy Saturday.
And Kim said the whole crew was there.
Awesome. Well, howdy, crew. All right. Yeah, I've got to get some garlic in here. Come on. Let's not forget the garlic. A little less than a half a teaspoon. Okay. All right, I'm going to let that kind of do nothing other than just sit there for a few. Well, I could turn the heat on it right now, but I don't really need it to right now. Got to let this rice cook. Still got, 15 minutes anyway. And I still got to cook off the meat. Get the veg done, so yeah, I'm not trying to be in a big hurry. I mean, I could jam it out and be eating in, just a few minutes, but I'm not going to do that. So how many of you, if any of you, have a garden growing this year? Anybody got a garden? We don't, just so you know. Our yard is too small to accommodate 2 good-sized dogs and a garden. If we had no dogs, we might be able to get a garden in, but we tried several years here, and it never really did amount to much, but we're dealing with, coal dust that's been in the ground here for over 100 years, so trying to kind of keep adding to it every year to make it nicer soil. After like 5 years of trying to get a decent garden, we just gave it up. Yep. Just gave it up. So what are you guys having? I know it's not dinner time, but what are you having for food today? Eli, how about you? John? Mr. Man in the future? Sorry. I'm a little scatterbrained right now. So kind of lost as to, hey, it's only a little after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm not used to starting my dinner this early, but I need to. I need to be eating by 3:30 or 4 o'clock every day, not just Saturdays. That's why the move.
Steve said cheesesteaks and beef nachos for him.
Oh, that sounds great. Yum. That sounds really good, as a matter of fact.
You know, I said hair of the dog and water, lots of water.
Okay, well, that makes sense. That makes sense. I hope that's going to be enough sauce. If it isn't, I could maybe stretch it a little bit. I'm not going to make too many. Like maybe 6 of these enchiladas. 3 for each of us. Yeah, there was a time where I would eat a dozen, no problem. Those days are long gone. Long gone. So, spring projects, anyone? I'm going to be, Miss Old Guy and I are going to be putting the soffit on the roof extension that I did last summer. Just to get it finished off and, try to remove any excess amount of space that a wasp would have to make themselves a nice little house. I'm already going to have to go through and knock down several wasp nests that started last year after I got some stuff up. So it's going to be fun. Up on ladders dealing with angry wasps.
So Sean says he's having fried squash and hamburger patties for supper.
Cool.
Greg is having eggs and bacon this morning.
Yum. Eggs and
Homemade
bacon.
pizza for lunch, meat lovers, and soft tacos for dinner.
Wow, that sounds great. How about you guys over at the Crazy Food Crew?
Lisa said that she had a chicken sandwich and Doritos.
Chicken sandwich and Doritos.
Yeah.
Yum. I like chicken sandwiches. Are you talking just like pull some meat off of a chicken and make a sandwich that way? That's one of my favorite chicken sandwiches. I mean, getting like a fried chicken sandwich from Popeyes or something is good, but if I'm gonna do a chicken sandwich, I really just prefer an old fashioned. Pull the meat off, little mayo, some lettuce. Call it good.
Steve said, "Nice to see you back, Tom. Hope you enjoyed the casket lowering joke."
It was very odd. Very odd.
Lisa said yes.
Lisa said yes. Regulars, okay. Take meat off the bone. Yep, that's how you do it. That's the good way to have a chicken sandwich. Now I like chicken salad sandwiches or even leftover roast beef. Make that into a sandwich spread. But Mrs. Old Guy just doesn't care for that. They like the chicken salad or tuna salad or the meat salads, I suppose. That's just a word that don't belong in the next to salad. There should not be a word called a meat salad. That should be wrong, right?
Yep.
Hey, I said wrong, right? Huh? Okay.
He's left, boy, he said.
8 minutes. 8 minutes more on the rice. Then I'll set it aside and I'll finish putting stuff in it. If I'd have been smart, which I'm not, I'd have put the stuff in it to cook it so it'd all cook into the rice, but I didn't do that.
Shame on him.
I know it. I'm slipping. It's been 2 weeks and I'm on a different time slot and I am just all messed up. speaking of all messed up, what am I going to screw up next week? Mrs. Old Guy?
John said he loves egg salad sandwiches.
Egg salad's good. I ate some egg salad sandwiches while Mrs. Old Guy was gone.
So what do you want to know?
Next week. Because I've forgotten it's been 2 weeks.
Tater tot casserole.
Tater tot casserole. And that's John, right? Eli. Okay. Well, that's going to be a very, very small casserole. I mean, tiny. Mrs. Old Guy cannot eat taters, let alone tater tots. So, it'll be up to me. And I really don't like tater tots, but I'll get some to make it. And whatever type of casserole I end up making, I'll do the same for Mrs. Old Guy. It'll be made with probably pasta instead of potatoes. No kidding, right?
Lisa said she had banana pudding.
Ooh, yummy.
Greg said curried egg sandwiches. Yum.
Curried egg sandwiches?
Yep.
Never had curried egg sandwiches.
And Bacon 420 says, "Oh, what kind of enchiladas?"
Hey, Bacon, how you doing, man? We are having some chorizo and cheese enchiladas. Gonna make, I guess, like some fajita veg to go along with it. Some Spanish rice, and we got some peanut butter ice cream sandwich cookies.
Yum.
Yep, should be good.
John says you can always use cauliflower instead of potatoes.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Might try it. We'll see.
I've heard that.
Casserole it is.
Yeah.
And Bacon said today is his 22nd wedding anniversary. Having fancy Indian food, sweet potato masala, something like that.
Masala?
And some lamb samoas.
Samosas?
Some combo chicken and lamb
Something.
biryani, Biryani.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Indian cuisine very much, so.
And all the sides.
Well, happy anniversary! Outstanding, and that sounds like a interesting dinner. I don't know half of what that is, but it sounds good.
Steve asked, "Do you enjoy Indian food?"
I've really never had much in the way of Indian food.
I haven't either.
Just never have. So maybe sometime I will, just to say that I did. But the one thing I hate about nowadays is because it costs so much to go out and have something to eat at a restaurant, I'm a little timid to try something new. Not because I'm afraid because I'm afraid I won't like it. If I don't like it, that's still a dinner that I'm probably going to have to pay for. So, yeah. I'm a little hesitant on trying Indian food. Now, if somebody were to invite me to their house and they are good at making Indian food, I would definitely give it a try. But I'm not real fond of like vegan or just veggie dishes, which there seems to be an abundance of. And that's okay. That's just the culture, but that's not me. I'm not like a vegetarian type guy. I like my meat too much. 3 minutes left on the rice.
Greg said curried egg sandwiches. You guys are missing out. Just some Keen's curry or Clive's curry.
Never heard of it.
And Bacon said, "Ooh, so good."
Huh. I don't know anything really about. All right, I'm gonna put.
Bacon said he got his all of his super spicy. I need the burn.
Ah, yeah, and super spicy is something that I just absolutely should not be doing anymore.
And then he says there's lots of great Indian buffets in Denver.
Yeah, I bet there are. I know there's a few popular ones in Boulder.
Yep.
Pepper.
John wants to know if you can make Jamaican jerk chicken.
I believe that's. I'm pretty sure you requested that already, and it is in the thing.
Probably.
Yes, I can. I can. I have never made it, but I'm sure that I can. So if and when that it comes up, you can bet that I'll be giving it a try.
Steve requested Euro dinner suggestion.
A Euro dinner. Okay. This little guy will promptly write that down, and I'm going to stick it right into the basket. For those of you that weren't here at the beginning and didn't and don't know this, that I'm going to try today and next week to be eating things that I shouldn't be, like today, spicy foods with lots of tomato and or dairy or fried foods, which all of it's going to be today. So, all right, into the box or basket. So if it goes well today, then so much the better. What do I do with it? Put it in the sink. Come here. Let's cover it back up so it stays warm. All right.
Bacon said he had an endoscopy colonoscopy yesterday. He goes, I shouldn't be eating anything spicy either, but my wife demanded it.
Yep. Well, those are always a lot of fun to have.
He says my throat hurts from tubing.
The onslaught of Barrett's esophagus that I got to enjoy. They scoped me every 2 weeks for what, about 8 weeks?
Yep, something like that.
Just because they'd stretch it back open and it would just shrink right back up. That was a real. It was a real bummer. We'll just say that.
Joshua's here.
Hey, Joshua. Happy Saturday. Hope everything is well. Got cheese going to be going here in a bit. Let's get some.
Bacon says, wow, every 2 weeks. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yep, because it kept shrinking. They had to use a baby one
to do it to start with. Yeah, my esophagus had shrank so much that they had to use an infant size endoscope to see what was going on. That really, yeah, wasn't fun. Wasn't fun at all. In fact, they ended up having to, instead of doing the procedure at the doctor's office, they had me go to the nearby hospital where he was able to inject me with some steroids at that spot that kept doing it. And since then, it's been great.
Yeah.
It hasn't shrank back up, which is nice.
He said this was his third in 10 years.
Yeah, they're definitely not fun. You know, they don't really bother me too much. The only thing I don't really like about it is getting stabbed in the arm for the IV. The rest of it I'm so used to having it done that it's just no big deal. All right. Get some vegetables cooking here. Those got a ways to go to cook down. Get this out of the
Greg
way.
says, "Oh wow, the worst part is the procedure is the Pipco prep the night before and the flushing out the medicine. By the third satchel, I thought the only thing left to go through was my veins." And Bacon said, "Yes, sir. The prep is yours." Joshua said, "Just got off work at 4 and enjoyed the new time slot change for doing."
Awesome. Well, I'm glad it fits, some folks' schedule and it doesn't like interfere with anything or whatever. Had a nice chat with Val about it because, as you folks know, that Saturday was, kind of Val's day at this time. And but he's been doing it on Sundays so much here lately that he just decided to continue on Sunday, allowing me to take this time slot. So if he wouldn't have been able to make that move, then I'm not sure when I would be doing it, just because I didn't want to step on his toes, as a lot of you are, as well as me, are regular watchers with Val's stream. So just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to be, don't want to make him mad. What are you doing, man? Taking all my time slot, man.
Greg said, "This time is really good. This used to be Val's old time slot."
Yes, exactly right. Those are going to take a minute. That's okay. We'll let them cook down and do their thing. Woo! So the hummingbirds are back. Yay! That's one of our favorite parts about the summer is the hummingbirds. The hotter and drier it is, the more we get at our feeders. Just because there's not as much in the way of natural, food like the flowers and stuff. If it gets too hot and dry, flowers don't grow, so they depend on people feeding them.
Jason 420 said, "Ever stuffed flour tortilla with cheesecake filling and deep fry it and cover it with cinnamon and sugar? That'd be a good dessert."
Yeah, it sounds like it'd be a good dessert. And it also sounds like something that I'd be paying a price for. Fried and dairy, ooh. But we'll see. Like I said, when this, we'll see how well it goes today. As far as any resulting issues with this type of food. If there's not any big hassle or anything, well, we're just good to go. Turn that down just a touch. It'll take a few minutes to kind of soften up. I don't want them mushy, but I don't want them crunchy raw either. Get that out of the way. Doing all right. You know what? I think since we got the time, and I'm actually thinking about it, I'm just going to go on the premise that everything will be all right. And I should be able to continue just to pull these dinners out of the basket.
Great. Talking about Val, he was watching Matt Zion on Twitch last night from Restless Evening. Good time.
Yep. Val's a good guy.
Bacon said be sure to see a cardiologist within 2 weeks after having that.
All right. Reaching way in.
Casey has some follow-up.
Whoop. That one fell out, and this one fell out. So who requested the one for next week? Eli?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. Because if it's Eli here, I'm going to have to draw again.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, orange chicken. Sorry, Eli. I'm going to have to put it back in. That figures. That's okay. I need a new cage. Green chili. And that one was my nephew, Arnold. Requested the green chili.
Steve asked if you do butter chicken yet.
Say what?
Sorry, I don't know what was going on. Steve wants to know if you've done butter chicken.
Butter chicken. I believe I did. Wasn't that long ago. We did do butter chicken, remember?
Oh, yes, we did. I don't remember exactly when.
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago, but we have. I had to tone it down a little bit. But yeah, we tried it. It was good.
Yeah.
Certainly one of the more interesting flavors that we have had. All right. Let's get this sauce. Get the sauce done. Get these are just about done. And I'll start cooking up frying some of the tortillas. I'll get some cheese grated up. Try and keep, whittling away at the old prep. Preparation specialist. A little more chili powder in there. I want some black pepper in there as well. Alright. I don't remember if my brother told me what they were having today or not. Do you recall?
I don't.
Alright, Doug. Where's that call? I need to know what you're having, either lunch or dinner. Come on now, make it ring. Let's hear that phone go ding-a-ling-a-ling. Okay, my phone doesn't go ding-a-ling-a-ling. In fact, it doesn't go anywhere. Let's get some cheese out. Cheddar. I'm going to do it over here just because that's where my little grater decides to stick. There he is. cooking down a little bit.
Hello.
Looking better.
How are you?
A little more workable.
I did. It was really nice.
Crank that heat.
Kind of tiring, but very nice.
A little more water.
Okay.
Looks good.
Yeah, sounds good though.
Where is it? Lemon.
I will let him know.
Lemon.
Have a good day.
Word. There it is.
They are having homemade vegetable beef soup. Nothing exciting, he said.
Vegetable beef soup. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
No. One of my favorites.
I got a little bit of lime juice. Gonna throw that in there.
Bacon says the last great enchiladas I had, my neighbor brought over just a few months ago. They were brisket and black bean with some cream sauce and black olives all over the top.
That sounds good.
Yeah, without the black olives.
It's, yeah, except for the black olives from Mrs. Old Guy. Sounds good to me though.
Gray says, ha ha ha, Dr. Dainty Doodle Dan.
Yeah. I'm not sure when exactly that movie will be posted. But I'll let folks know. Just another one of the film projects that here in the area that I was invited to do and had a lot of fun with. Those look pretty good. Let's set that aside. Backing it up. Some chorizo. And I guess I'm going to just cook about half of that for now. I'll cook the rest later. By the way, if you've never made a pizza with chorizo on it, try it.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was really good. I put some onions, green bell peppers.
Yeah.
What else did we put on it? Some cheddar cheese and pepper jack. Wow.
It was good.
It was really good pizza. Let's crank that heat down a little bit. I want to fry it, not burn it. Alright, yeah, if you've not tried chorizo on a pizza, I really recommend it. It was delicious. Alright, so far so good. Gotta watch my sauce here. Sure don't want to burn that.
No.
I don't want to burn anything, to be honest. Just part of the game. Part of the game. Alright, give this another stir. Smells good. You like to give it a taste?
Sure.
Let me know if this homemade enchilada sauce is any good.
Yes. Very good.
Awesome. Woohoo! I got a very good out of Mrs. Old Gang. I can live with that. Chorizo is just about done. Set that over there. Sauce is thickened up very nicely. Set that over here. I'll get started on grating some cheese. Make sure I got burners shut off. I've done that a time or two. Forgot to shut off a burner.
Greg said this is enchilada sauce like my dad would make, but more of a goulash variant.
Huh. Okay. Gonna break some of that off.
Is that pepper jack?
Yep.
Slice me a slice.
Huh?
Slice me off a slice.
Slice you a slice?
Yep.
Okay. Instead of slicing you a slice, can I cut you a hunk? Huh?
Suppose.
See, I don't even have a knife to slice it with. You're making me dirty another knife.
Oh, for you. I'll wash it.
Kind of a weird chunk there, but
Thank you.
yep. Is that enough?
Yep.
Okay. And then another little tiny piece in here. Wink. I like to do a little cheese blend when I do my enchiladas. So that's the pepper jack. I've got some plain American cheese here I bought from the deli. Grate this in. Take it easy a little bit, I guess, so I don't grate it all over the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. That's it. So far, so good. Okay. Now some cheddar cheese. It's better with cheddar, right? And a little bit already grated. Alright. Cut off a hunk here. Probably doing more or less equal parts of each cheese.
Greg said, damn, that right there is the Crocodile Dundee cheese grater. That ain't a grater, it's a grater. This is
No,
a
that's
grater.
not a grater. This is a grater. Crocodile Dundee. Those were okay movies. I mean, I don't own a copy, but you know, they were okay. Get this kind of just set aside here. Gonna take a second, folks, and put some of these things away. I hate to have you live through it. Have to wait for me to do that stuff, but it's just part of the part of the fun. All right. Just better if I get it out of my way. Okay. cheese is mixed up here. All right. That looks good enough.
Greg says, oh God, the last one was terrible. An embarrassment groan.
What was? Yeah, I have no idea what he's talking about.
Maybe the grader? I don't know.
I don't know
Last
either.
Dundee movie.
Oh. Well, that's what happens when you try to make sequels. Sometimes the sequels are okay. Most of the time, most of the time, they're not. So, it's all part of the show, folks. It's all part of the show. Get these built here. Guess I should turn that oven on. If I'm gonna get these cooked properly. Alright. This is the part of the enchilada process that I've never had that much luck with. It's either too little or too much. So let's go with 6 of these. 2, 4. How about that? I just like that. Grab 6 out of the bag. This must be a good sign. I'm going to say it is, and we'll find out what happens.
Greg says, I would prefer to watch the leprechaun part 6.
Ah, the leprechaun. Yeah, I mean, there too is another one of those series that I, like, okay, 1 was good, 2 was okay, now you're starting to make 6, 8 of them. It's like retelling the same joke over and over. Ah, you just had to do that, didn't you? You couldn't just let me pick you up and do that. I am no enchilada expert, that's for sure. Get these kind of done, I think. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm winging it, folks. Come on. There we go. Kind of figured that would happen. What did I do with it? Right there. A little more oil. Now we're getting somewhere.
Bacon asked, are those someone's homemade tortillas?
Are these? No, these are not homemade tortillas.
Pingu said, hi Tom.
Hey, welcome. Hope you've had a good couple of weeks. Come on in, have a seat. Just cooking up some tortillas to get our dinners going here.
Natalie saying hi from Illinois.
Oh, hi, Natalie from Illinois. Mrs. Olguy just got back from Illinois.
Yeah.
Indeed she did. Just a couple of days ago, yeah? Like
Yeah.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
Alright. Come on. think I'm doing okay so far. But like I said, hey, I'm no tamale expert, that's for sure. And I'm not making tamales, I'm making enchiladas. See? Told you I'm not any good at it. Couple more. Come on. One more. Just about got it there, guys.
Yay.
Yay. All right. As always, I'm hungry. First meal of the day and all. Oh no, wait, I guess I did eat a sandwich a little bit earlier.
Yep.
Small one. Alright. Let that sit there for just a second. We're about ready to start rolling some of these dudes.
Yay.
Can I call them dudes? No, if I can't call them dudes, they don't identify that way. All right. Sauce is looking really good. I just hope there's enough. Let's build a couple of enchiladas. Let's get some meat in here. It's all right. Some cheese.
Greg says, hey, dude, don't call me dude. Anyone remember that song?
Hey, dude, don't call me dude.
Yeah.
No. I don't remember it. That doesn't mean other folks don't. Well, that wasn't a very good roll job. I'm not happy with that. Not happy with that one at all. I'm going to do these different. I want to get it a little tighter of a wrap than I got on that first one. Better. I mean, this ain't the way to do it, but it's how I'm doing it. A little more cheese, onion, a little pinch of cheese still. What do you think, Eli? How bad am I butchering this? I need to know. And is chorizo okay to use? I got those questions. Hardly any answers. Okay. I think it's going to be okay. Called it about right on the meat.
Yeah.
There's about a tablespoon left in there. Cheese. More cheese. onions.
I said I'm listening in the background. I had to go for more water.
Ah, that's what Eli said?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I still got to know how I'm doing, though. You let me know, Eli. Tried doing that first one by dipping it and rolling it. It just didn't work. That'll go on the top. I should have made a little more. That's not a whole lot of sauce. Let's put a little water in the bottom, just because. Save some of that for the top. More cheese. All right. Throw this in the oven. Gonna give that about 15 minutes. We should be about ready to go here, guys. Woohoo! Couple of plates. We might be actually having food here in a few minutes, Mrs. Oguy.
Very good.
Yeah,
I could eat some.
what do you know?
I could eat some. Greg says, ooh, this looks like it's going to be good.
I think it will be. I think it will be. We'll give them their time in the oven, and
Yeah.
I'll give you guys a peek, and we'll see. But Eli, I'm curious to know: have you ever had an enchilada with chorizo? Just, I really need to know this. It'll help me keep my sanity. What little of it left there is. Burner's warm. That burner's warm. Set those right there so they'll stay a little warm. Ready. I am definitely ready. So we got some fun stuff coming up in the near future. I've got some new content in mind for my channel. Just because things are having to change with how I do food, including like reviewing snacks and so forth. That's going to change a little bit, but I do have a great idea for some new content, and I'm hoping to start filming the middle of next month. So I'm thinking by the end of June, you'll start to see some new content on the channel, and I hope people like it. So I don't want to give anything away. So
Greg says he never has.
never have. Well, okay, I never have either. So I'm gonna let you know if it's any good. I didn't try the sauce. I guess I should too. It has a really nice aroma. It's good. Seems like it could use something. Flavor. That's what it could use. Actually, really nothing more than just a little pinch of sugar to help balance it out a little bit. That's all it needs. I should have tasted it before. It'll be all right though. Swishel that around. Swishel, that is a word, by the way. Feel free to use that on your next paperwork. Yeah, good enough for me. Yeah, it's okay once you get past the flavor.
That was funny.
Yeah, I guess I should tell them. We, Mrs. Old Guy and I took a 3-day weekend. This was 2 or 3, maybe 4 years ago. More than that, maybe. But we went down to Four Corners, Colorado, where, where Colorado, Arizona, Nevada, and Utah all come together. And the town nearby there is Cortez. And we went and saw a movie. And it was early enough. We'll go out and get some food. And we went to a place, and I'd been mentioning to Mrs. Old Guy all day how I really would like to have a chicken fried steak. And so we went to this place and sat down, looked at the menu, and the very first thing, opened the top of the page, our specialty, chicken fried steak. And I was like, yeah. So I ordered up the chicken fried steak, hand breaded, chopped sirloin, and with a real mashed potatoes that even have lumps, and a country sausage gravy. Sausage gravy. That's not what I got. I did get lumpy potatoes, but they were barely room temperature. It was packaged country gravy. There were no sausage in it. It was just packaged mix. And the steak itself, it was way overcooked. It was like eating sawdust, and the oil that they cooked it in, it really needed to be changed. The oil in there was, because fries and fish and whatever else they cooked in that fryer, it just tasted terrible. And I think Mrs. Old Guy got a burger, if I remember correctly, something like that. But neither one of us were very happy with what we got. And so we went up to the register to pay the ticket, and I give the guy the bill, and he says, "How was everything?" And that's when I said, "Well, once I got past the flavor, I guess it was okay." So we ended up not having to pay, which was a good thing because it was terrible food. And the one that really kind of irked me, our signature dish, our house specialty, chicken fried yuck. But that wasn't quite the end of it. Then we decided that we wanted to have some pie and coffee. So there was a Denny's just down the road. If you don't have a Denny's where you live, it's just a chain of restaurants. And we went in, and this little guy went into the restroom, and I said, I want to order some pie. And the lady says, "Well, we have no." We looked at the menu. I was looking at the menu, and there was no pie listed. And I'm like, that's weird. So when the waitress came up, I asked her, "Do you guys have pie?" And she said, "Oh yeah, we have pie. Right now we have a piece of chocolate, and I think she said a piece of coconut cream pie." I said, "Great, we'll take them." Well, she only had one slice. She says, "Well, they're all frozen. We don't serve that many, so we keep them frozen until we run out of whatever other kind." And I said, "So Let me get this right. You sell pies by the slice, but you're not selling that many, and it's not listed on the menu. Do you think maybe that might have something to do with the fact that people don't order it? Is because it's not on the menu, so people don't know? That was really aggravating. We got one piece of pie to share between us. Yeah, it was a fun weekend, but it was disappointing on the food. Very disappointing.
Great, so there's nothing worse than old oil that has everything along with the shoe fried in it.
Oh, it was not good. And you could definitely tell just by the flavor of it and by the smell of it too. Just not good. And I didn't leave them much of a review on Yelp. In fact, I was pretty brutal. And somebody else commented on my Yelp thing, on my Yelp review. Oh, I think it's really good place, and you don't know what you're talking about, and so on and so forth. And I asked him. I said, "So, well, what do you do for a living?" And he said, "Well, I work at a gas station." And so that was as far as his criticisms went. Yeah, well, you know a lot from somebody that works at a gas station. You would know good food would hit you in the face. Yep, that was very disappointing on the food that time. What we had with us was good. You know, we brought some food with us that was just great. What food did we bring? I just brought some sliced pepperoni and some cheese and some grapes and a hunk of like French bread or Italian bread or something. We'd rip a hunk off. You know, nibble some sausage, some pepperoni, have some cheese, eat a few grapes. Far better than what we paid for, I'll tell you that. Or I guess we didn't pay for. It's a good thing. Oh, it says we got 4 minutes left.
Yay.
I suppose I should get some silverware. Entrenching tools. You're going to want to be able to eat that with a fork, right?
Yep.
Okay. I kind of figured.
No, I'd rather use my hand.
You're finicky that way, I know. Put that under the heat on the rice for just a second. Not a lot. I just want it to get the bottom warm so it'll kind of heat up. Come on now. Just let's get the veg hot again. It's gonna take forever. Well, okay, 3 minutes. I exaggerated, I'm sorry. I do that on occasion. Come on now. Let's go, veggie. Get that warm on. It is that time.
So Eli said, would you rather eat a serving spoonful of raw oyster and silkworm puree, or do a cannonball into a waist deep, really old grease trap?
Neither. If I'm forced to make a choice, just shoot me. I guess if I absolutely had to, and I would take that bite. wouldn't swallow it, but I put it in my mouth and chew it up. Maybe.
Raw oyster and coconut, yeah.
What's that?
That'd be nasty.
Oh yeah, it would. That would be just downright gross. All right, get the sauce warmed back up.
Greg says, Eli, oh, here we go. Greg says, you didn't specify what type of raw oyster or many levels of gross.
That's a fact. Yeah, we got 44 seconds. Let's take a peek. Could be a little more melty. But I'm not going to wait. I'm hungry. If I have to, I'll stick it in the microwave. Chef Mike! We'll see how hot it is. That looks all right. Grab another one of these.
Down some.
Down some. Yep, see those okay? Enchiladas, guys. I think. That's what I'm going to call it. Whether it's actually enchilada, I guess that could be debated, but that's the story I'm going to stick to. Come on. Yay. How about that? It actually let me put those on your plate.
Cool.
Little dab of rice. Yep. Throw some vegetables on there. Let go. Let's get some green ones on there. All right. Come on. And last but not least, a little more sauce on the top. Let's show the folks at home. See it okay?
Yep, looks good.
There we go, guys.
Thank you.
Enchilada dinner with
Thank you.
some rice.
Eli says, is there a fruit you don't like?
A fruit? Well, that's kind of a yes. I'm not really fond of bananas, but it's kind of wrong too because I love banana flavor. I just don't like the texture of eating a banana. It's like, to me, it's like eating school paste. I don't like the texture of it, but I love the flavor. So, all right, a little bit of rice on there. I'm not even sure I could eat all this.
Eli says, nice. And then Greg says, there we go, very nice.
All right. Well, we'll see if it tastes nice. sauce. A little extra sauce. Is it hot? No?
Not real hot.
Let me see your plate. I'll throw it in the microwave. Let's get it hot.
Good though.
I kind of wondered if 15 minutes was too little time. But I didn't necessarily want it to bake too long and dry it out.
Yeah. It's warm, but not real
Okay. Well, 30 seconds and Chef Mike ought to do it.
Craig says my dad always never looked a man in the eyes as he was eating a banana.
Yeah. I think a lot of people said that over the time. You try that, see if it's any better.
Pretty sure it is.
Better?
Yep.
Okay. Hurry up. 10 seconds. 4, 2. All right. Now it's too hot?
No.
Oh. All right, chorizo and cheese enchilada.
Those are good.
Mm-hmm. Could use a little salt. Salt?
I already put a little bit on my roast.
Okay. Good then. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty tasty. Never had it with chorizo. No, that's actually pretty nice.
Yoda Vintage Cards is here. Time to watch you cook.
Who's here? I'm sorry.
Yoda's Vintage Cards.
Yoda's Vintage Cards. Welcome. Grab yourself a seat. We're just having ourselves some chorizo cheese enchiladas, a little bit of rice, and some fajita veg kind of cooked up on the side. And we got some peanut butter ice cream cookies coming up. Those are going to be good. Woo! So a reminder again, what is next week?
Tater tot casserole.
Okay, that's right. So next week is a request from Eli, tater tot casserole. And then the week after that, it was going to be, let's see, green chili. Yep.
Yoda says, "May the 4th be with you."
May the 4th be with you. Working in restaurants like I have. We'd had our own kind of version of Star Wars characters. Kitchen manager was named Seth, so he became the Seth Lord. It was a long time ago. You would have had to have been there. It was funny then. Yes, yes.
Pretty tasty.
Yeah, it's not too bad at all. It is different in the fact of the that chorizo. It adds another interesting flavor rather than just using seasoned ground beef. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a big plate of food.
It is. I'd do it again.
Huh?
So I'd do this again.
Oh yeah.
So enchiladas.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. It's pretty darn tasty. Mixed in with the rice, it's also not bad. The rice by itself is, it's okay. I could have paid a little more attention to the rice. It's not bad, but it just doesn't have a whole lot of flavor. Woo!
Yoda said we had Texas Mex Tex, so Tex that the restaurant manager was stay free, LOL, at Taco Bell.
I didn't hear that. You have to say it all over. Sorry.
We had Texas Mex Tex, so Tex that the restaurant manager was stay free, LOL, at Taco Bell.
Okay. Interesting.
Eli wants to know where the pups are.
Sleeping.
Being lazy.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing right at this time.
Huh?
I said, which is a good thing right now at this time.
Yep. Yep. I guess the food aroma didn't wake them up this time. I could pretty much guarantee if I was in here cooking bacon, they'd both be in here. Ooh. Yep, the cheese blend is nice.
Mm-hmm. Feels good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's got some nice flavor. I'm gonna have to grab me another water.
Eli says, no moo-moos for Greg.
No moo-moo today. No moo-moo for you. Well, I will say that they did turn out pretty good. Considering how I haven't made enchiladas in probably, I don't know, 6 years or more.
Quite a while. I don't know that I'll be able to eat all this.
It's okay, eat what you can. Back in the day, there was this all-you-could-eat Mexican place that we used to go to. the regular kind of stuff like burritos, tacos, enchiladas, those were all you can eat. Other stuff like the relleno and that you had to pay for by the order, but I'd go in there and order up there all you could eat. And my record for that particular place was 24 enchiladas, a dozen tacos, and 3 fully loaded beef and bean burritos. So that means the sour cream, the chili, everything, lettuce and tomato. That's the most food I've ever ate in a sitting. And I sure felt it, I tell you that.
I said Frizoli's or Chef Boyardee.
Really? You're gonna make me give me that choice? Chef Boyardee, and I'll eat it later. I might try Frizoli's again someday, just to see, but it's probably been 25 years since I've been to Frizoli's. Yeah. And that's what happens when I don't like a place. I tend not to go back. Sometimes the places I want to go back to aren't there anymore, and I'm like, oh, I'm so disappointed right now. Oh, I am full.
Hey, most of it.
Mm-hmm.
All but one enchilada and a little bit of rice.
There's probably about an enchilada left. A little rice and veg. I am just stuffed. We'll see if I even have room to eat this ice cream sandwich cookie. Whew. That was very filling. And really good.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was one of the better enchilada sauces, I think. I've made some that really didn't taste very good at all. This one wasn't too bad. Could have used maybe a little bit of sugar, a little more salt, but it was good.
Yeah.
All right. Ugh. Grab some ice cream, guys. We'll just hope that it isn't super tough, super frozen, so I can't get it out and onto the cookie without shattering it. Let's find out. If I have to, I can just put some in a bowl for a couple minutes and let it start to thaw. Yeah, we're almost there. I'm just going to need to give this a couple minutes to soften up a touch. All right. That ought to be enough for two ice cream sandwiches.
Yep. Well, hi there, little girl.
First barbecue of the season for us coming up tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. Got some ribs to throw in the smoker. I made about a half a batch of my barbecue sauce, which is about a dozen pint jars. So plenty enough to last the summer season.
Yep.
Yes, yes, yes. Let's get a couple of these fancy biodegradable, earth-friendly paper plates.
French vanilla oyster ice cream.
French vanilla oyster ice cream. No. No, I'm not thinking so. Nice try. Nice try, but that's not, yeah, I don't think I'm going to give that one a go.
Johnny Small Pepper just popped in.
Johnny! Hey man, I've been worried about you. I'm serious. I was wondering how you were doing. I finally did get that spam challenge done. I don't know if you've seen it, but boy, what a fiasco that kind of turned into. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're doing well. We are just finishing up. We had some chorizo and cheese enchiladas. I made some peppers and onions for a veg. Had some rice. And now I'm getting ready to make peanut butter cookie ice cream sandwiches.
Yep.
And they are gluten-free peanut butter cookie, by the way.
Steve says looks to make for some good leftovers.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah. Now, what's left of the chorizo and these veggies and stuff and the sauce, I'm talking breakfast. Like make a breakfast burrito or something like that.
Yeah.
I love chorizo in a breakfast burrito. Whoa. Yum.
Johnny says all good, a lot going on, all good, but busy.
Well, good. I'm glad you're all right. Being busy is not a bad thing. All right. So, let's show you these peanut butter cookies. Yep.
Yep.
So, ice cream sandwich was voted in. Cookie ice cream sandwich, but I did not specify the type of cookie. And so we went with peanut butter. Get this kind of carefully smooshed onto the cookie without crumbling my cookie. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Which way is it? Exactly that it crumbles. Just about got this on here.
Might be in for it right now, I guess.
All right. I don't know how well you can see that.
Down, put down. There you go.
See
Kind of
it
towards the camera.
this way?
Yep.
Turn it a little bit.
Looks good.
Ice cream, peanut butter ice cream sandwich cookie. These cookies are just made with eggs, sugar, and peanut butter. There's no flour.
They says, love me some peanut butter cookies, and Greg says, oh dear, I'm drooling here.
Look at that. I bet I put part of this in the freezer because I don't know if I can eat all this. And I have to say, during the entire time that I've been doing my live stream, this is the first thing that Mrs. Old Guy has made, and not me.
Yep.
Got to give her credit where the credit is due. That's really good.
Delicious.
But really big. That's huge. Woo! I don't know if I can eat this all. I'm already pretty full from dinner. That's really, really good.
Delicious.
Peanut butter cookie and ice cream. Wow. That really, really goes together good. Amazing. But I'm not going to eat any more of it. Man's got to know his limitations. I'm just now learning them. That's part of the reason for the time change. And Johnny, I'm not sure if you're aware, but time change on the on my live stream. I was at 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Mountain Standard, which would be 4 to 6 in California. And so I've moved it back 3 hours. So I'm now starting at 2 p.m. Mountain Time, 2 to 4 are the new stream hours. And today was the first day of it. So I'm a little out of sync with what I normally do. But that's okay. That's okay. I think today went pretty well, considering that it was a totally new time and things just seemed strangely different to do it this early in the day. But there's going to be a lot less price for me to pay later on tonight. So and that was really the big reason for doing this. There was some nights that I would do these live streams and 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm still like having a bad night. So changes have been made.
Johnny said found by accident, had the phone in his hand and saw the notice.
And
then he said adjustments are good.
Yeah, I have to. Just the old health decided that, you know what, you're going to do things a little bit differently now. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to argue with you, Mr. Health. So, so you can say that, at least I have my health.
Eli said have a good weekend, everyone.
Eli, you have a good weekend as well. Be safe. Don't get yourself into any trouble. And I hope your hangover subsides quickly. It's been a long time since I tied one on enough to have a hangover the next morning. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Since, we weren't even dating the last time I got that drunk. So, yep. Me and liquor, yep. We don't mix no more. I'm glad to cook with it. Real glad to cook with it. But when it comes to drinking it, not so much. With the rare exception of having a beer with a pizza. I might do that. Or, I guess there's another occasion, if I have reason to, I got these bottles of dessert wine. They're very sweet, and it's really good. But again, that's just a very rare thing for me. Just, I don't know. Since I left Europe in the Army, my taste for alcohol just did a plummet. Well, we're about ready to kind of wrap things up. If you guys have any, as always, any last minute comments or dinner food suggestions, now's a good time. You know, if you have any questions for old guy, now's a good time. Yes, indeed. And I know I've mentioned it before. For those of you that have interest, I promise I'll be getting some more George and Pudgy episodes edited and put out. I kind of suffered a round of editor's burnout. And yeah, I was burnt out. I was spending anywhere from 15 to 20 hours a week just editing these George and Pudgy shows, and I got burned out on it. Took a break, but there'll be more coming down the road. And for those of you that were interested in the Western that I've been writing, I finally got my cast together. So I'm hoping that we should be recording episodes of Myers Crossing here sometime in the next 2 weeks. So there's that to look forward to for those of you that enjoy the George and Pudgy show. It's completely different. It is a Western drama. It is not a comedy. So.
So a couple things.
Yes.
Drake said, yep, those were the days. Yep.
Yep.
Lisa said, hey, Tom, I got to go for now, but see you next week. I like the show.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for coming in and hanging out. I know it was earlier for you guys, so I'm glad you had the time and the availability. I appreciate it more than I could say.
And Drake said, George and Pudgy, in good time. Lots of hard work there, editor.
Yeah.
And Steve wants to know, find any asparagus this year.
Actually, we're going to go look tomorrow. It is just now that time of year. The first week or so of May is when we start seeing the wild asparagus. So we have plans on going to check tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. So sometimes we find a whole bunch, and other times none at all. It all depends on when we get there to pick it and when other people get there to pick it. It just, it grows wild in a lot of places, but
there's a lot of people that
there's a lot, yeah, exactly. There's a lot of people that pick it, so.
He said nice.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping to get some this year.
Yep.
We haven't got any the last 2 years.
No.
I think the last 2 at least. So we will see. If I get some, maybe I'll do a little short or something. But so keep in mind, guys, new content coming out on my channel. Filming will start the middle of June, and I'm hoping to have some edited videos are ready to rock by the 1st of July, and then kind of keep them rolling after that. So, and once that is introduced and you guys know what's going on with that, then I'll feel free to discuss it a little bit more. But for now, mum's the word. Mum's the word. That's dumb. I don't know why people say that. Maybe they don't anymore, and with good reason.
Maybe.
All right, guys. Well, I think I'm gonna call it. Anything else, Miss Silve? Okay. Well, folks, thank you for coming in and seeing me on my first new time slot for the live streams. I appreciate you coming in. It has been a long 2 weeks since I seen y'all, and I appreciate you coming back and being loyal to the old guy. I really appreciate it. This is definitely one of my highlights of the week, of any week, really. I look forward to preparing these meals and having them, and the chat and the family you guys are. We get great camaraderie. There's nobody putting anybody down. We've never had any hassles with that, and you guys are just a great group of people, and I appreciate every one of you. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you next Saturday night at the new time. Bye-bye.